My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, a young man had a dream one night. And in the dream, the Lord appeared to him and said, "Young man, you have been very devout. I have a little task for you. Just outside your cabin, there's a huge boulder. I want you to push that boulder." Being an obedient young man, he woke up in the morning, and rightly so, outside his cabin, there was a huge boulder. And he began to push. He began to push from morning till evening, for days, for weeks, for months, in the hot sun, in the cold weather. He began to push and push the boulder, but the boulder never moved an inch. But he kept on pushing. But when things don't go the way you want, what happens? You get disappointed. Despair and hopelessness creeps in, and these are seeds sown by the evil one. These are moments of temptation. When things don't go the way you want, the evil one comes and sows seeds of despair and hopelessness. And rightly so, the evil one came to this young man and said, "Oh, young man, you're wasting your time. You've been pushing this boulder from morning till evening for days, for weeks, for months, in the hot sun, in the cold weather, in the rainy weather, but the boulder hasn't moved an inch. You must be crazy to follow this God's order. Forget about it. Go about doing what you do best." But the young man, who was devout, didn't give in to his despair, but he said, "I will take it up to the Lord." So that night he said, "Lord, I want to talk to you." And the Lord said, "All right, son, what is it about?" "God, I've been pushing this boulder from morning till evening, for days, for weeks, but the boulder hasn't moved an inch. I feel I've been wasting my time. You asked me to push the boulder, but why hasn't the boulder moved an inch?" And God looked at him and said, "Son, I asked you to push the boulder, not to move the boulder. I asked you to push the boulder, not to move the boulder. Pushing the boulder is your job. Moving the boulder is mine." Sometimes we like to play God. Let God be God. Let's do what God expects of us. All that God expects of each one of you is to push, and let the Lord do the rest. Keep pushing no matter what. And God said to this young man, "Young man, you said nothing happened to you. Look at yourself. Look at your arms, how strong they are. Look at your biceps. Look at your back, how strong they have become. So don't tell me nothing has happened." Keep pushing no matter what. Your job is to push. God's job is to move the boulder. PUSH is an acronym for pray until something happens. Keep praying until something happens. Keep praying no matter what. Don't give up, and don't give in to your despair and hopelessness. Remember, those are seeds of the evil one sown into your heart. No matter what, keep pushing and let the Lord do the rest. Keep praying until something happens. I know some of you here would be saying, "Oh, Father, I keep coming to this shrine. I keep praying and praying, but nothing seems to happen." I want you to remember, God's delays are not God's denials. When God is delaying to answer your prayers, He's not denying your prayers. He's just waiting for you to give you the right thing at the right time. He knows what's best for you. He cares for you. If He cares about the birds of the air and the lilies of the field, aren't you of much more value than they? You keep pushing and let the Lord move the boulders in your life. You know what those boulders are this morning. For some, it could be a financial problem, worries, anxieties, fears, failures, disappointments, rejection, abuse, pain, hatred, anger, unforgiveness. For some, it could be a physical illness that you're going through at this moment. Maybe a cancer or a heart disease or an arthritis or a diabetes. You keep pushing and let the Lord move those boulders away from your life. As you come for this novena devotion, seek the powerful intercession of our Blessed Mother. She pleads on your behalf. She intercedes on your behalf. She's a queen of intercession. And that's why we prayed the Memorare. Remember, O most gracious Virgin Mary, never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection, implored thy help, or sought thy intercession was left unaided. Never was it known that anyone who came to our Blessed Mother went home empty-handed. As she interceded for the young couple at Cana of Galilee, she will intercede for you. She will clothe you in her mantle of love and protection. She will plead on your behalf. And a mother's cry will never go unanswered. Her son Jesus will yield to your intentions. So most important of all, be confident when you pray. Have deep faith. The Lord says, ask and you will receive. The Lord is saying, ask, I will think about it. Give me about a week's time. I need to process it through my angels. No. He says, ask and you will. It's definite promise. It's for you to claim these promises with deep faith. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door shall be opened for you. Along with confidence, you need to be persistent in your prayers. Don't give up. Pray without ceasing. And the Lord will give you the right thing at the right time. He knows what's best. If He cares for the lilies of the field and the birds of the air, will He not care for you much more? Look at the testimonies that we keep having every novena, every week. These are the powerful working of the Lord through the powerful intercession of our Blessed Mother. Pray this morning for the grace to have deep faith, to be persevering, and to know the Lord will move the boulders of your life away from you.